Hi guys, this is Crafty Nurse, and I'm going to be making 2 paper flowers today. Not sure if I'm going to get both of them in this video, but you'll definitely see me do at least one of them. When it's all said and done, these stacks of petals and center should look something like this. Going with mermaid theme, under the sea theme today. Excuse me. So I'm just going to put them off to the side really quick. And I'm just going to be working with this first shape, and I'm going to glue it onto here. So what I like to do is use my glue pen. And I also like to have scrap pieces of paper or anything. This is actually, you can read it on here. This is Oracle 651. This is vinyl. And I just use the paper that comes off of it, comes off the vinyl. So I'm going to turn this over, and I'm just going to use my glue pen, just squeeze. And I'm just going to go around the entire thing. This part is super tedious, but it makes for a wonderful flower in the end. And when you're gluing it, this gold paper is very forgiving, so you can just wipe off the glue and like nothing ever happened. Regular paper is very different. Like, you will see the glue marks still on it and stuff. But when you're doing it on a piece of paper, you want to try not to move it. So I'm just gonna line that part up. It's so sticky. And with regular paper, it doesn't fold up like this, because I did that first one with just regular paper and I didn't get it. It didn't curl up like this at all. I'm not sure if this is on screen. I'm gonna have to kind of do this off screen. Okay, there, we got it to go on. Put this to the side and just use my squeegee. So not only flatten it, but also get rid of some of that glue. And if you do get glue on this, you can just, on this particular gold foil paper, you can just wipe it off. But it looks to be okay. I'm gonna let this glue on top of here dry, so I'm gonna go over to the black sheet of paper. Definitely want to make sure you get all the sides. This particular design, I can go down the rows. Just gonna get closer to make sure I catch where I didn't get glue. So if you see my head poking through the video, don't mind me. Okay, just put this right here and pick this up. You can actually see the glue. So I like to line it up with the tips it really curls up. I haven't worked with it. This is my first time working with it like this. Whoa. Wow. This gold is really, when you work with regular paper, it does not do this at all. It's that squeegee. So I got the tip part, so I'm just gonna gently, and now I can definitely go over it. It's almost like vinyl in a sense. Using the squeegee to like lay it down. That reminds me of vinyl. Working with vinyl. We got 2 now so far. Actually turn this on the other side. And it's still drying, but I don't want to get it on my desk, so I'm going to put it on top of the black paper. So we have to do 6 of these, and then with this stack, that's 12. It can get quite tedious. So for this paper design, a lot of work is going into this. From the designing of this cutout to the assembly, there's some work. You probably can do this a lot slower and get better results and less wasting of your glue, but since I don't care and I want this to be finished as fast as possible, I'm not studying it, because there is another part I could probably use, but that just takes too long. Let me just get up in here and make sure I got all of it. Move this off to the side. Ew. Gotta line this up. Yeah, I still feel it on my arm. Ew. Okay, and get this squeegee. Make sure I line it up with the bottom too. Okay, I'll just get this. Okay, yeah, that looks better. Some things off a bit, but that's okay. Actually, it came out good. This glue dries super fast. Just getting rid of like those glue boogers that comes about, because this glue dries super fast and you get those, if you're not fast enough, you get those little booger thingies. Another thing you could probably do is like do half of it, paste it on, then have another sheet there, and then do the other half and then glue it on. I don't want to do that, so I want to go a little bit faster, and I don't think it's necessary. Okay, so it's not as sticky. I'm going to use black. Turn it over. Runaway cat. Is the glue coming out? Okay. So I'm not going to show you both flowers because, like I said, this is very tedious. And I don't have enough content to talk to you about during this tedious hour. So I'm just going to do this first one. And maybe I will show the final product. Okay, I just took it off camera to get a little closer to make sure I got all of it. Wow, there was a lot of areas that I missed. Okay, I think I got it all. Lift this up. Put this off to the side. I'm gonna try to line up this tip. Once I get that part lined up, I'm not going to do that because that is so off. Hold on. My fast streak is catching up to me. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay. Get rid of these little glue boogers on the side. Make it into a napkin. Some glue. Inspecting it up and close to make sure that it's up to par. Okay, I like it. So 2 more to go. Or is it 3 more? It's 3 more to go. Hold on. It's 3 more to go. At least I have 3 sheets. Now I have to do some counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I may have to print out another one. And I did 4, right? Well, I printed out an extra. Let's move this off to the side. Still a bit sticky. I'm gonna turn it over on this side. And got 2 more to go, and then the fun stuff happens. So I'm gonna attempt to do it the way I was suggesting. Okay, let me attempt. So you can do half. I did about halfway, and then you can line it up. Make sure it's good. Line it up. And then use your squeegee. And then you can come back in. You have to hold it like this. Hope you can see. Go around all the sides. Make sure the edges. I did a little less than halfway, but still gets the job done. I think that is everybody. And then move that off to the side. Okay. Then come back, turn it around, and just place the other half down. There's like seriously so much glue boogers. It's annoying. I really hate working with glue like this. I appreciate fast, hot glue. Even though that gives you strings, they're still not as bad as these little, I call them boogers. Okay. Let me put this on here so I won't really run my desk. Pretty dry. So I'll show you that technique again. I'll do half and then do the other half. I think I did all of the upper half. So I'm gonna pick this up and I'm gonna line it up. Put this over. Use my squeegee to guide it down into place. That's halfway, and then I'm going to hold this back, not too much, because you don't want to get like a crease in here. And then make sure I'm going along the edges. I'm not seeing glue. Okay. Move that out of the way. This is our last one. Thank goodness. Okay. So for these, I'm gonna have to cut them about halfway. But before I cut them, I'm gonna just roll back the tips just a little bit. So I just grabbed all 6. Now to cut them, don't believe my scissors will be able to cut all 6. So I'm gonna separate them into 3 and then go about halfway. And I'm going to do the same for the next set. With these, I'm going to actually roll the sides right here. I'm going to roll these back. And I have all 6, and these scissors are really good at cutting thick pieces of paper, so I'm going to cut all 6 at once, and I'm going to go half as well. This one, the way my design was, I was able to get more than enough. So I'm gonna just measure out 5. Let me see what my design was. 2, 4, 6 is actually 6. So I'm gonna get 6 of these. And I'm going to attempt to roll it back. I actually have a smaller. Okay, I have the mini glue sticks, so I'm just gonna use that. Or I could have used the pen. Didn't have to use the glue sticks. Could have used the pen. Then I'm gonna go halfway. And let's glue. A little bit of glue down there. Hope you can see what I'm doing. Just put a little bit of glue here and flipping it over. I'm not really going past this edge when I'm crossing this top one over. Next stack. I'm gonna put another glue stick. And the next stack. Dab of glue at the bottom. Okay, so right off the back, I forgot to make what is it, hexagon shape. So I'm going to see if my handy dandy binder has one. Looks like I only have 5-sided shapes. So I'm gonna have to make one really quick. Okay. I have a scrap paper. Okay, I'm gonna make one really quick. I have a lot of scrap paper from making this project. So let's see if we can't make one. I'm not sure. I think it's supposed to go like that. Let me see. What is the other sides? This is so ugly. Okay. So definitely not that. Maybe like this. Gonna give me a better shape. A little bit bigger. Okay. I'm just gonna use that shape. I'm just gonna go wider. You definitely don't feel comfortable. Like I pretty much don't feel comfortable. Make sure you either trace one from the internet. I've done that before. I've been trace one on my phone before. Trace one from the internet or print one out with your machine. Okay. But we have something, so if this works. So let's get started assembling. Just going to put dab of glue right there. So how I'm placing it, since this was just last minute making this shape, I'm just really trying to make sure that this is like halfway. So I'm just trying to make sure the next one is like close enough like that. Not too close. And there we go, came out pretty neat, pretty good. So now I'm just gonna go in and place some glue. So it won't be so flimsy and flopping everywhere. So I have a sturdy flower. And the next layer, let's make sure it goes in the middle. Just making sure it goes in the middle. In the middle, and also try to kind of line it up with the previous flower, like down here. In the middle, and it's like lined up. I just tore this part up But the last one I'm gonna do it correctly, the correct way to do it. But for right now, I just ripped it up a bit, so I'm just gonna replace it with that. The last part is the part you really want to see that. So for this last one, just gonna do a little dab on one side, on the left side, and I'm gonna place it in the middle. Put glue on the whole bottom of the next one. Make sure it's lined up in the middle. Make sure it's lined up in the middle. Got 2 more. This last one, just gonna lift this up a bit. Oops. Off. Okay, I see what happened. I put too much glue, so it just like spread it. But it's okay, you can still just lift it up. It's not gonna ruin your project. And you're just gonna glue it down anyway. Dab, glue it down. I'm gonna try to get rid of some of these strings. Flower is almost complete. And this is going to be our center. I'm just gonna, like, not necessarily put a crease, but try to get it to stick up a little bit. Just need to go for it. And put a little dab of glue in the middle. I'm just turning it towards me, but here's our flower. So of course with this flower, you can't really do everything by hand. With this flower set, you have to cut this out with a machine. You probably could do it by hand, but it would be very tedious, and you have to be very good at it. Very good with an X-Acto knife. But this is cut out with a machine. This part, these petals can be cut by hand, but I did use the machine, but they can be cut by hand. And this could possibly be cut by hand, but it's better with a machine as well. So there you have it, a paper flower. Thanks for making it with me.